But Julie, what do we do with all of the odds and ends? Beads, bits, baubles, broken jewelry, so much broken jewelry that we find dumpster diving. Should we even grab that kind of stuff? Because if we do, what are we going to do with it? Well, let me give you an idea. A Halloween upcycle embellishment idea. Frugal friends, today's upcycling Halloween project finds us with the Gravestones that we bought last year. I believe it was from Walmart. We got a really good deal on them. The problem is they all are exactly the same. So I've kept a couple of them normal, and those will be in the little graveyard, but I want to change these up and do something a little different, try to differentiate them. We are going to use some white primer to start out with, and then I have gray and black and silver and also some greens, some reds, some kind of rust colors. We're going to start with just changing the color. Then we're going to add things like beads and other odds and ends to just change up kind of the shapes that are on here. We will paint back in the RIP, but in some other color, and make them all different on each one. It's going to be fun, and a rather inexpensive way, especially if you already have lots of paints and then lots of dumpster salvage, just odds and ends that you can use to decorate them. A less expensive way to make some fabulous gravestones for your Halloween yard display. Today I've added a little bit of black spray paint. Might do maybe just a little bit more, kind of. We're just going to add texture and age to them, but we don't want to overdo it. We don't want these to be black gravestones. That's what they started out as. Like I said, I'm also going to use some silver and other colors. So of course I started with some E6000. I had loads of fabulous dumpster salvage treasures. I am telling you, beads and baubles and broken jewelry galore. You guys know if I see something sparkly, I'm gonna grab it. It's broken earrings, necklaces, and not just the ones that I find in the dumpsters, but if my own jewelry gets broken or I lose an earring, oh my goodness, how many earrings have I lost? I have so many single earrings, and there's a lot that you can do with single earrings. So many crafting projects, turning them into pendants, etc., etc. But today we are in spooky mode because it is Halloween and the Frugal Mama loves Halloween. You know this. And I also love crafting, and I love upcycling, and I love to make things unique and special and different. And with some E6000 and painter's tape, and while watching some really fun spooky movies, Mama's getting down and getting this done. I had no real plan for this other than I'm just gonna add bits and pieces here and there with the glue. I'm gonna let them dry and just make them different from the others. That's really all it comes down to. No serious rhyme or reason, just making them different. Simple as that. Buttons. You guys know, especially when the craft stores were still big hauls for me, I got so many buttons and beads, things like that. So why not jump in and use them? Buttons are not just for sewing onto clothes. I know most of you know that, but let's go ahead and get super creative. I have a lot of other ideas and things I'm going to be showing you for potential upcycling, reuse, repurpose projects. All of that will be coming soon. Stay tuned. Alright, they have had time to dry with all the odds and ends, blings, and embellishments. So I'm going to start with metallic gray. I will also use black and white, and we'll see what happens. I'm thinking now, yeah, it would have made sense to just wait till I'd put on all the pretties before I did any spraying, but I'm okay with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Something is just hitting me. I should have turned these into spiders. Oh well, it doesn't matter now. Nothing I can do about it. I mean, there's nothing I'm gonna do about it. Okay, then, so that one I went all silver on there. No, just some. Then with these two, I think I'll start with white. Don't you just love spray paint? It is amazing the things you can do with just a couple bottles of paint. Okay, so they're coming along, but the thing that is hitting me is that the curly Q swirly things on the bottom, I mean, yeah, we're seeing some difference because of the things I've added, but then there's that on all of them, and I'm wondering if I need to do something about that, or maybe some of them will be buried deep enough that it won't matter, you won't really see it, because like the vines and stuff will be covering them, maybe. Okay, there we go. Well, they'll definitely look a little bit different from the originals. A few different details on each of them. Honestly, I would have liked to make them even more different, but I'm happy that they are at least, you know, they have their own coloring, each of them, and each one has a little bit of its own stuff. I don't know that I'm going to paint in the RIPs. Maybe I will do that on one of them to have that one stand out a little differently. I wish I would have covered up, because like there, I covered up the RIP. I wish I would have done that on at least one more of them. Maybe I will, but probably not. I reuse my electric lights every year. So we're gonna go through and test all of these and see which ones need new batteries. This one obviously does, because one is missing. This one also uses AA, and the rest of these, they use like little special batteries. And you would think that, especially since like these ones you can get sometimes two for well, now it's $1.25 at the dollar store, that, oh, that seems like such a waste to buy batteries. Actually, the batteries are not expensive if you get them on Amazon, and it's not just about, you know, the money. It's also about trying to waste less and contribute less as much as possible, or at least try to make up for, you know, the impact that we do make when it comes to the landfills and waste. So I'm going to go through and see which ones need new batteries. I will go ahead and replace those, and these will all end up, plus a few more that I need to track down, they will all end up out in the Halloween yard display. Some of these, like this one, is definitely from the dumpsters. Some of these little tea lights are from the dumpsters, but I've also purchased all of these votive sizes and some of the tea lights.